I love talking to organizations that will say, well, like, well, how would you possibly help my company? Because we're so niche, we're so specific, we're such a unique and individual snowflake. It really is just like an amusing admission of inferiority when people say this to me. There is a reality that sales and marketing is very simple. It is who you're targeting, what you're saying, and whether or not the people you're saying it to think it's interesting. That's pretty much it. And what's fascinating to me is that regardless of the complexity of a product, what I can tell you after doing this for 11 years is that the products that are the most successful are the ones that know who they're targeting, know what they're saying, and when they say it to the prospects have a pain point that this would actually solve. And so there's a union between pain point and solution. People sort of make up this complexity narrative because it's been their experience that they have to like twist the market's arm and they have to be introduced through a sort of peer person, or they have to espouse like unbelievable sort of technocratic capacity to seem credible. And it's just that their messaging sucks. It's like their distribution is fragmented and their messaging sucks. Those two things combined are an ineffective sales program. And so the worst ones, and I think everyone should know these people, right? You've been in business for 10, 20 years. You're doing, $10 million of revenue or $20 million of revenue. You've been there the whole time and you're not growing anymore. And it's not like you're not a good company. You've been in business for 10 or 20 years. It's not like you can't sell to people. It's just that you haven't put those two things together yet. You have not figured out a market message and a distribution motion that is effective so that your growth goes up. You're getting more clients than you're losing. And it's a very frustrating place to be in that area of stagnation, but that is why, right? There's a reality that if you're not effectively drawing people that you're targeting into good quality conversations and telling them something that's super interesting, they're not going to buy your stuff. It just doesn't matter. And I always get really sad and bummed out when I'm listening to recordings of people that we're talking to in a sales call or anything else where they can't make that connection, right? It's like, well, hey, we haven't booked any meetings. It's like you talked to 80 people, right? You had 80 interactions where sales reps espoused this value narrative. The target addressable market received that value narrative. They are recorded. And those people are saying they're not interested in your service or solution. How much more sort of information do you need before you go, yeah, if I have to ask out 80 people to a dance and all of them say no, maybe I smell bad. Maybe I got a bad rap. Like, what is the reason why they're saying no? And I think that this is something that people have to be very aware of. It's the greatest challenge out there that I see around this.